Hey guys, it's Mr. Dugal. I just wanted to preview 621 in CC3 for everybody before we get into the lesson. Give a little background of our fourth transformation, which is dilation. So far we have done 4 different types of transformations. We have translated, which means slide, to slide an object or slide a point. We have reflected, which means to flip. We have rotated, which means turn. Today we're going to do dilation. And for my language arts people out there, dilate comes from the Latin word dilatare. And dilatare just means to enlarge or spread out. And what you'll see with dilation is that dilation is very, very similar to something you've done in pre-algebra A and reviewed at the beginning of this year. And dilation is really just scale factor. So in other words, if you see a problem that tells you to dilate image by 2, or maybe 1/2, you would do the same thing to the points that you would if you were doing scale factor. Let's do an example problem here. So, let's dilate triangle ABC by 2 with points 1, 2, negative 1, 2, and negative 3, comma, negative 3. Just like with rotation or reflection or rotation, I think the easiest thing to do is actually to look at the points, look at your ordered pair, rather than the graph itself. So when we look at our ordered pairs, the math of it is actually quite simple. So we have ordered pair 1, 2, and we're going to dilate that by 2, which just means in this case we're going to multiply by 2. So we have 2, 4. Earlier I mentioned that we might dilate an image by 1/2, in which case we would just multiply by 1/2 instead of 2. But in this case the problem is 2. So it is possible, if we are dilating by a number less than 1, for our image to get smaller. So there's our first point, 1, 2. Next point's negative 1, comma 2, which will become negative 2, 4. And finally we have negative 3, which will just become negative 6, negative 6. We go to plot these. First original point was 1, 2. Call that A. -1, 2. This is B. Finally, we had -3, -3, which was C. B. And that forms triangle ABC, the original. So if I were to dilate by 2, our new points are 2, 4. This is going to be A, 2. -2, 4. Which is going to be B, 2. And finally, -6, 6. When we get done with this image, you'll see that the shape of the figure should remain the same. The size of the figure will change. That is the goal with dilation. And this is going to have to cut through our original. So there's our new triangle, ABC, and that is how dilation works. Again, dilation is our 4th transformation. And dilate means to enlarge, and if we have a dilation less than 1, it would even be reduce. That's about it. Thanks so much.